Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. One student is asked to divide half of a number by 6 and the other half by 4 and then to add the two quantities. Instead of doing so, the student divides the given number by 5. If the answer is 4 short of the correct answer, then the number was. Okay, now let me take x as the number, the required number. Let me write the stuff over here. Yeah, half of this number is x over 2, and the other half is the same x over 2. So actually the given task is half of the number, that is x over 2, has to be divided by 6, and the other half x over 2 has to be divided by 4. Then we have to add the two quantities. So this is the original task, but instead of doing so, what the student did is he divided the given number by 5, that is x divided by 5. Okay, so this is the correct way of doing, but instead of this, he has done in this way. Okay, so the answer we get in this way is the correct answer, but the answer the student gets in this way, that is dividing the number by 5, is 4 short of the correct answer. For example, I assume the value of this expression is 10. Then what will be the value of this expression? So the value of this expression will be 4 short of the correct answer 10, that is it has to be 6. Okay, can I say that 10 and 6 are equal? Can I say that 10 and 6 are equal? Definitely 10 and 6 cannot be equal. If I want to balance this equation, either I have to subtract 4 from this 10 so that 6 and 6 will be equal. Otherwise, I have to add 4 to this one so that 10 and 10 will be equal. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 to this expression so that the expression over here and the expression over here will be equal. Okay, now let me do it in the next step. That is x over 2 divided by 6 positive x over 2 divided by 4 equals to x divided by 5 positive 4. When I add 4 to this stuff, for the answer what it got is increased by 4, then it is equal to the correct answer that is given by this expression. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to solve for x in this equation which represents a given number. Okay, now let me continue over x over 2. So we can change this division as a multiplication, then we have to get reciprocal for this 6, then it will be getting 1 over 6 positive. The same thing, x over 2 times when I get reciprocal for this 4, I'm getting 1/4. Then it is equal to x divided by 5 positive 4. So x times 1 is x, and 2 times 6 is 12 over here, and here x over 8 equals to, now to add a fraction and an integer, we have to multiply the integer by the denominator of the fraction. Once I'm done with this multiplication, I can take this 5 as a common denominator. Then I'm getting x positive 4 times this denominator 5 is 20, that is x positive 20 divided by 5. Okay, now to add these two fractions, we can find the least common multiple of the two denominators, 12 and 8. So let me write them in L division. So the greatest common divisor for this 12 and 8 is just 4. When I divide this 12 by 4, I'm getting 3. When I divide this 8 by 4, I'm getting 2. Okay, now there is no common divisor for these two numbers other than 1. So we have to stop the process and we have to multiply the numbers I circle. 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24. That is the least common multiple of these 12 and 8 is 24. That is, we can make each of these two denominators as 24. For that, we have to multiply the numerator and denominator of the first fraction, x over 12 by 2. Then I'm getting 2x over 24. So here I have to multiply this one by 3. Then I'm getting 3x over 24. We get x positive 20 over 5. Okay, now we can take the common denominator 24 and we have to add the numerators. 2x positive 3x, which is 5x equals to x positive 20 over 5. Okay, now to solve for x, what we can do is we can do the cross multiplication. That is, this numerator 5x has to be multiplied by this denominator, that is 5x times 5, and this numerator has to be multiplied by this denominator. Then I'm getting 24 times x positive 20. Okay, let me continue over here. 5x times 5 is 25x, which is equal to, when I distribute this 24 to this x and 20, I'm getting 24x positive 480. Okay, now let me subtract 24x from both sides. When I do so, this positive 24x, negative 24x will cancel out. When I simplify this one, 25x, negative 24x, I'm just getting x. On the right side, we have 480. I got the value of x, that is 480. Actually, x represents a required number. So therefore, the required number in this scenario is 480. We find 480 in answer choice C. The correct answer choice for this question is C.